Hello again. So I'm going to stay a little closer to home for this week's video. The car's still a bit broken, so I need to still get it repaired. So I won't be going on the TGV to Spain this week. Instead, I'm going to be taking advantage of the fact that I live in Montpellier and it's possible to cycle to the sea. It's going to be 33 degrees today, I think, so everyone's still kind of on holiday. So instead of doing any actual work, I'm going to make this video and cycle down to the beach. It's about 15 kilometers from here, I think. I'm going to cycle to Palavas. I'm not entirely sure how far it is, but I'll measure it on my phone. I did actually make a video of this trip before, but I just recorded it from the library in town. I didn't actually record it from my house, and I didn't actually talk on the video at all. I think I just recorded the sports camera from my chest. So this time I'll take some other shots with the Fujifilm as well, and hopefully you can see that it's going to be a really beautiful day, and it's a really lovely part of the world. There are bike paths all the way down from Montpellier to Palavas. There's a really nice beach down there. It should be pretty busy still. I'm filming this on the 20th of August, so still in the tourist season. So anyway, I thought I'd show you the beach and show you how easy it is to get there. It is a bit of a hike. I'm not sure how long it's going to take me, but like I said, I'll measure it on my phone, and then I'll know exactly how far it is and so forth. Hope you enjoy it. So there's my bike, the trusty steed. So we live in northwest Montpellier. This is a quartier called Les Cévennes. It's normally pretty busy around here, but because it's the holiday, a lot of people don't really come back to work or home until the beginning of September. There's a huge amount of work going on in Montpellier, especially over the summer. They're kind of decarifying the city at the moment, so a lot of work going on the trams and just the roads in general, just changing the layout of the streets. So here we are coming down to La Gare Saint-Roch. It's the main station in Montpellier. If you saw the last video, this is where I left to go to Bordeaux on the Intercity. As you can see, if you're riding around Montpellier by bike, it's very normal to be riding on tram tracks, in fact. It may look dangerous, but honestly it isn't. We've been here since 2018, so I'm well used to a bit of tram racing. I do like this bit, to be honest. Going down towards Antigone, that's the name of this neighbourhood. It's quite new, all of this. Mainly residential. I'm going to show you some of that in a minute, but the entire neighbourhood basically is pedestrianised. A lot of fountains around the city. Normally you see kids playing in them, but as I said, they're all on holiday or all at the beach. Like I said in the intro, it was 33 degrees today. Very hot. So that was the Olympic swimming pool. To the right, that big glass building. And that's the library, probably one of my favourite places in the city, to be honest. I really love it there. So now we're kind of like leaving Antigone down towards the Les, which is the river that runs through Montpellier. So Antigone, like I said, is a relatively new part of the city, and it's really typified by this style of sort of pseudo-classic architecture, this monumentalism, if you like. A lot of restaurants down here by the river. It's pretty nice down here, to be honest. Let's push on. So we're crossing over the river here, and then once you're on the other side of the river, you just turn right, and it is a straight path pretty much for around 15 kilometers right down to the beach. So we're going to a town called Palavas-les-Flots. See a lot of really cool architecture in Montpellier, like that enormous golden building. We're kind of leaving the city. As you leave the city, you go underneath all of the motorways and the large roads. A lot of graffiti in Montpellier. I might do a video on that in the future. Montpellier is really, really big on graffiti. And as you kind of like leave the city for the south, you end up on these like really long straight bike paths that run along the side of the river that are kind of punctuated by these residential areas where you do the twisty turnies to get past all of the roads, basically. The occasional bridge. This is Port Ariane. And like I said, just straight long paths for ages, down by the river. The occasional person passing me. So after a while, the path turns away from the river a little bit, and you go past a load of equestrian centres. So I stopped just to show you a little bit of the views. This is the first bit where you can see the sea. That town there was Carnon, I think, in the distance. You can't really see them because I don't have a long enough lens on my camera, but there are loads of flamingos here. So over the bridges, and that is Palavas. That's the Phare de la Méditerranée, which means the lighthouse of the Mediterranean. I'm going to show you that a bit close up in a minute. It's an observation tower. It used to be a water tower. And so we're sort of entering town now. First of all, past all the boats, and then actually into the town proper. Like I said, there are bike paths all the way down. I mean, it's a pretty cool ride, to be honest. It's quite long. I'm not going to lie, it did feel long. Finally approaching the beach. So I'll show you on my phone how far it was. I mean, it was long and hot. I'm not gonna lie to you, at this point I was feeling pretty sweaty. 18.5 kilometers, and it took me almost exactly an hour. So yeah, I was pretty tired at this point, but whatever. At least it ends in the beach. In the summer, Palavas is one of the main tourist areas for this part of France. It's really, really busy at this point. Into the sea, not gonna lie, it felt amazing. After an hour cycling and over 30 degrees, it was pretty nice. So like I said, Palavas is really busy. This is the end of August. A lot of the towns in this part of the world are very similar, kind of this sort of faded holiday look. Palavas is one of the bigger ones though. During the winter, these places are dead. There is no one here. They fill up during the summer, and towards the end of the holiday season, they just empty. So all of these places, all of the residential buildings, all of the restaurants just shut up, and that is the end of it for the year. It's really touristy, obviously, with your mini golf and your beaches and your donuts. It's a pretty French way to spend the summer. The architecture is really particular for this part of France. I'll do another video on that. There's another town just down the coast called La Grande-Motte, which is famous for its sort of pyramid-shaped buildings in this sort of style. And that's La Phare. You have to pay to go into it, unfortunately. But yeah, it's very beachy, very kiss me quick. So there you go, that's what it was like to cycle from Montpellier to Palavas. Pretty packed down here, really lovely day. Can't see it getting any quieter in the next couple of weeks, to be honest. Anyway, many thanks for watching, and see you next time.